where were you born?
Jersey City.
Okay. And where were you raised?
Jersey City.
Any particular section of Jersey City? Or street?
Downtown Jersey City, 3rd Street. And then we moved to, my mother and father bought a house on Woodlawn Avenue.
Woodlawn?
Jersey City.
And how long have you lived in East Orange?
1986, I bought my house.
And you've been living there since? And do you have children?
Yes.
Adult children, young children?
Adult.
Adult children, you have grandchildren?
Yes.
And do you have nieces and nephews?
Yes.
Do you have a nephew by the name of Jermaine Palms?
Yes.
And how are you related to Mr. Palms?
My sister is his mother.
Do you remember, at that time in 2018, who was living in your home?
At that time, Jermaine was staying with people. My sister Phyllis. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So there were 3 of you residing in the home?
Yes.
And how long was Jermaine living with you in 2000, around that time period? How long?
Not long. Couple of months. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Okay. In March of 2018, specifically March 24th, did there come a time where you were asked to loan money to your nephew, Jermaine?
Mm-hmm.
And who asked you for the loan?
He did.
Okay. Was Jermaine working? Was he employed at the time?
Not at that time.
No. Okay. And are you familiar, did he have a romantic relationship with anybody at the time? Was he dating anybody?
Yes.
Do you remember who he was dating?
Yes.
What was her name?
I call her Juicy, but her name is, what is her name? What is her name?
If I were to say Kenyatta Brown, does that ring a bell?
That's her.
Okay. And did Kenyatta Brown have a job at the time? If you know?
Yes.
Okay. And had Jermaine ever borrowed money from you in the past?
Not like that.
What do you mean not like that?
That was more than I had ever given him.
Okay, and do you remember exactly how much he had asked you for?
Well, he needed $600.
And do you know what he needed it for?
Yeah, to move for security.
And where was he planning on moving?
Upstate New York.
Okay. And did you, in fact, loan him the money?
Yes.
All right. And do you remember, did you have that money in your house? Or did you have to go get it from the bank or something else?
I had some money. I had some money in the house, and I got $500 out of my checking account.
Okay. And if you recall, if you can tell us, at the time, what bank were you using?
Bank of America.
Okay. And did you go in person to a teller, or did you make an ATM withdrawal, if you recall?
I'm not sure. Probably ATM. I'm not sure.
Okay. And did you ask Mr. Palms, your nephew, to pay you back at some point in time? And did he agree to do that?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And in the past, how much money, you sort of indicated that you had lent him money in the past. More than $20, less than $20?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I mean, if I could help somebody, I would help. But I don't even remember lending Jermaine any money. Really, he did little jobs for me.
What do you mean by
around the
little
house.
jobs?
Like if I needed painting or cleaning the backyard, assembling all my stuff for the backyard, he did jobs like that for me.
Okay. And do you have a daughter named Pam?
Yes, I did.
And did Jermaine perform little jobs for her as well?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And would you pay him to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay.
He knew he wasn't working, so we tried to help him.
Okay. After, when was the request for the loan made to you, if you remember? Do you remember, was it on the 24th or a different date?
I think it may have been a couple of days before, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know I gave it to him on the 24th.
Okay, and how do you know that you gave it to him on the 24th?
Because I remember my bank statement showed that I had, if I had $100, I had a couple of dollars at home.
Okay.
And I know I gave him that other 500 from my bank statement.
So that's how you know.
That was on that day.
Okay. And when you loaned him the money, did you make him execute it? And when I say execute, I mean like sign a document or orally promise you. How did you ensure that he was going to pay you back?
To sign it, like to promise to pay me back.
Okay. Were you concerned that he wasn't going to pay you back?
No,
Why did it?
just to be sure.
Just to be sure? So you were
Responsible, just,
you wanted him to be responsible?
yeah.
Now, after you indicated that you gave him a total of $600. Okay. On the night of the 24th. And after you gave him the $600 that night, was Kenyatta also there? Was she asked to sign a note too?
She's the one that really wrote it out.
She wrote out the note?
Mhm.
Okay. You told her what to write?
Yeah. I told her.
And Mr. Palms didn't have a job at the time, so who was supposed to pay back the money?
She said she would pay me back, because he wasn't working.
Okay.
So she was supposed to.
All right. And after the note was signed and the money was turned over, did Mr. Palms stay at your house with Kenyatta, or did they leave?
They stayed for a little while and then they left.
Then they left. Okay. Later on that night, during the hours that take you from the 24th to the 25th, do you recall receiving any type of phone call or anything from Jermaine?
When he called to tell me that he was robbed.
And after you learned that, were you visited by detectives from the prosecutor's office in Hudson County? Did they ever come to see you at your house?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you provide them with, did you let them take pictures of the promissory note? And in fact, is it correct that there was more than one promissory
It
note?
was two, yeah.
Okay, and did the detectives take pictures of the two promissory notes?
I believe so.
Okay. And did they take pictures of anything else while they were there?
I believe they took a picture of my bank statement because I showed them that when I did the transaction for the $500.
Okay. And did you ever get the money back?
Yeah,
And who paid the money back?
she did.
She being Kenyatta?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you looking at right now?
It's dated February, for Friday, April 6th. But the loan was given to them on the 24th.
Okay. So is this one of the promissory notes that the detectives took a picture of?
I believe so.
Okay. And is there a money amount on here?
No.
There's no money amount on there?
No.
I'm just gonna ask you to take your time and just read it.
Oh, I see, 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does that promissory note say $500?
Because that's all he was supposed to pay me back.
Okay. But you gave him $600.
I gave him 600. 100 was because he did work for me.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you S37. Take a moment and just read that. Is this the other note that the detectives took a picture of?
Yeah.
And is there a monetary amount in that note?
600.
Why does that say 600?
Because that's what he had.
So
That's what I actually gave him.
you physically gave him?
Yes.
Okay. So how much, so were these created on different dates or the same date? If you recall, if you don't
I
remember,
don't remember for sure, but I don't remember.
okay, don't guess, that's right, okay. Now, did Kenyatta ever pay you back?
Yeah.
How much money did she pay back to you?
500.
She paid 500. Now showing you what I've marked as S49. Just take your time and look at that. Do you recognize S49?
That's 49.
Is that the statement that you let the detectives take a picture of or something else?
It's saying, well, the 26th, but I know I took it out on the 24th.
Okay,
Oh,
so,
wait. What does it say?
okay,
It's saying there, 324.
all right. So S49 is what, Ms. Johnson?
What is my, showing my bank statement?
Okay, and did you allow the prosecutor's detectives to take this photograph?
Yes.
Okay. And, right, and you just, we're trying to explain, I need my glasses. You were trying to explain something. Okay. What were you just, you were pointing to something, and you were trying to explain something.
Put it on the overhead.
Okay, here.
Okay, so
It's saying,
I look.
ATM, also it was an ATM, 324. But over here, it's showing 326.
Okay,
So
so
it is 324, and that was the $500.
that you withdrew?
Yep.
Okay. And if you take a look at S49, when do you recall when you received the money back from Kenyatta?
Not really.
Everything that's been asked of you is from March of 2018, right? That's what we've been talking about here? You said March
Yeah.
24th, yes.
Yes.
Since then, you've had opportunity to see your nephew, right? And you s- yes, I know. It's natural tendency to say, I know, and shake your head too. I assume you've spoken with him since then, and you've spoken with him about this case, right? Or about what happened?
Yeah.
Do you know about how many times you've spoken with him about this? Once, twice, a lot? I mean, you don't have to give me an exact number.
I really don't.
You really don't?
tell you.
Okay.
It wasn't all that.
Okay. Now, when you gave Jermaine the money, did you have it in like an envelope from the bank? Do you remember?
No. I
No.
didn't have it in.
Okay. Now, you were asked about, and I'm just saying the numbers that Ms. Cradhammer said, so don't get confused by the numbers, S26 and S27, or 36 and 37, excuse me. And they were two promissory notes, right? You remember that a few
Yes.
minutes ago?
Yes.
Okay. And both of these were given to you at some point?
Well, they were done in my house.
They were done in your
That's
house.
that's my,
Well, that's your what?
my countertop.
Okay, so the picture that they're taken from is your countertop.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when these pictures were taken by members of Ms. Cradhammer's office, right, police, Hudson County detectives? Okay. And they were taken, as you said, on your countertop at your house. And that was obviously sometime after March.
Yes.
Was it May? Did that ring a bell?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure, okay. But certainly after March, mid-March.
Yes.
Okay. Which of these two, S36 or S37, did you get first?
Did I get it first?
Which one was signed first?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Did you have both of these at all times?
I really can't remember, honestly.
Do you? I know it's a long time.
As I explained to heard, I've had 2 strokes, so my memory comes and goes.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. If you don't remember, just tell me you don't remember. I'll try to speed along and get you out of here, I promise, and everybody else.
But I do remember giving him the $600,
Okay.
point blank. That sticks in my mind.
Fair enough.
because
And you also
I'm
remember-
retired, so I know what monies I
Hey,
have.
listen,
Believe
too.
me.
I'm not retired, and I know too. So, you also are sure, just to make sure, you're also sure that you really lent him $500 because he earned $100. Meaning you gave him $600, but you were lending him $500 because he earned $100.
Exactly.
Okay, and that was for doing work for you.
Yes.
Okay, but you
And he
did.
did work for my daughter around that same time.
Now, was that included in the $600?
I believe he had a few more dollars from her.
A few more dollars from her?
Yes.
Okay, in the bank? Did you say?
No.
Oh, I thought you said in the bank, I'm sorry.
No, no.
Okay, no problem. So you do know that at some point you got both of these promissory notes.
Yeah.
Did you write them out or did
No.
somebody else?
No. Kiana did.
Okay. Did she write them both out with you there? Do you remember?
I believe so.
Okay. If I told you that S37, the one that says $600 and has both signatures on it, and I can show it to you,
Mhm.
was signed some days later,
Mhm.
would you remember that or no?
Some days later,
Yes.
after,
Right, meaning that, I'll show you both, meaning that S36, excuse me, was signed on March 24th. And that sometime later, S37 was signed, like after March 25th, when you, as you said, Jermaine was wrong. Did that ring a bell to you? If not, that's fair, I understand.
it's not really.
Fair enough. Go home. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.